astavakra Geeta in English. Astavakra says, awakening is I am in all. Awakening is that I am in all. The mind of confusion free learned person is always enlightened one. And that is why he is never excited. That is why he is never excited. Excitement is always giving duality. The reason of confusion and quarrel in this world is because of duality only. It means to see the two sides of everything. You just see the two sides of everything. Where there are no two opinions for anything is always peaceful. Where there are no two opinions for anything is always peaceful. That is why his heart is above all confusions. You are I am, and I am you. When you realize this fact, then you are awakened and enlightened one within. Astavakra says that contentment is the shadow of excitement only. When you are not discriminate, then there is no need for contentment. Also, when you have no doubt about what is right and what is wrong, then it is clear that the witness is right. It is clear that the witness is right and all else in the world is false. Astavakra says that a learned person does not desire any concentration or meditation. He does not have any reason or formality within himself. He is not grabbed by any kind of desire. Desire not cannot rule over him. He does what God wants him to do. If God wants him to meditate, he does so. He is always happy and peaceful in himself. The blank mind of a learned person does not go after any worldly things. Wise man breaks himself from the world like he is a fool. Wise break himself from the world like he is a fool. Astavakra says to leave everything on God. What is there to do now? He does whatever God wants him to do. He sleeps in rest without any problem of the present and future. He becomes an ignorant simpleton, and so people ignore him, and he is not disturbed by anyone. When Lord Mahavir wanted to go for sannyas, when Lord Mahavir wanted to go for sannyas, he went for permission from his mother. His mother refused. After mother's death, his brothers refused. He lived in aloof, unearned as it is in sannyas. Now the family members realized that his living in the family is of no use. Better he takes sannyas. He is already living like he is in exile. He is no more with us mentally. Let him take sannyas, what he like to take. He must not come on the way now, he is already gone. He must not come on the way, he is already gone. So they permitted him to take sannyas. Worldly men practice a lot for incantation of the mind and its constant opposition. But a peaceful person lives peacefully as his nature like a sleeping person and sees that there is nothing to do here. There is nothing to do here. By efforts a fool can get by efforts a fool cannot get the peace. By efforts a fool cannot get the peace. In spite of the best efforts, the foolish person never gets peace and happiness. A person with determination gets into soul. A person with determination gets into soul. A universe person, a universal person does not get happiness even after putting efforts or otherwise, while a learned man knowing the facts of life gets happiness. An ignorant man tries his best for happiness but never gets it. And on the contrary, he gets into trouble. He tries for happiness, but he gets the troubles. Be aware that happiness does not come by running after it, Be aware of the fact that happiness does not come by running after it. Without running for happiness, it comes automatically on your awakening, not physically but mentally. Awakening not physically but mentally. Mental awakening is a must for happiness. What is real truth? If it comes into mind, then you have reached where you wanted to reach. You reached where you wanted to reach. Experienced persons do not understand the soul. Unexperienced persons do not understand the soul within. They do not recognize the soul consciousness, which is pure and far away from troubles. Astavakra says, quite a strange thing that those who do not try to get anything, those who do not try to get anything, the more you try, more confused you are and reach nowhere. They do not realize soul consciousness. They do not realize soul consciousness. What cannot happen here cannot happen in Himalaya. What cannot happen here cannot happen in Himalaya. He does not get salvation by trials and practice. Try as much as you can. Do meditation, chant mantras, do fast, do renunciation, leave the world and go to Himalaya. You will not get the salvation. You will not get the salvation. Remember, what is unachievable here in this world is also unachievable in Himalaya also. What is possible here? What is possible here? Why to go to Himalaya? The day you realize the soul within, then you understand that your wife has also the same soul. Then you will understand that your wife has also the same soul. Your son is also has the same soul. He is no more your son, and wife is no more your wife. Wife is no more your wife. Son is no more your son. That day your wife and son will also be a part of God. This stage is salvation for everyone. Only thing is to realize and understand. Likewise, understand and realize the rest of people. Likewise, understand and realize the rest of the people. All are the same, understand it and experience it properly. Desire to be something, not allowing you to be something. Desire to be something, not allowing you to be something. An ignorant wants to become Brahma, but he never becomes so. But a wise person not desiring anything in himself, but a wise person not desiring anything is himself equivalent to Brahma. Is himself equivalent to Brahma. The moment you have desire for anything, you never get it. You have to leave the desire first for everything, then you will get it automatically. Now don't try to ask. Now don't try to ask that I will get it now, otherwise you will again fall in the same old web. Now don't try to ask that I will get it. No, I will get it. No otherwise. No otherwise you will again fall in the same old web. Few people with bad habits of old ideas are trying to spoil the world. They are really explore this world. They do not know the reality and are sleep-based in their old habits. They do not want to listen the real ideas, and hence they do not follow them. They think that they are only right and all others are wrong. They think they are only right and all others are wrong. They are always involved in the traditions and refuse to change themselves. If someone asks you, is there God anywhere? And you say yes, you have not seen God, but still you fight for your ideas with others who believe that God is not there. Both persons oppose each other. Both persons oppose each other without having any proof in their favor. Why people behave like this? Why not they accept each other's ideas and maintain their peace? Maintain their peace. People repeat on the basis of they heard. People repeat on the basis they heard. You preach what you have listened. Other one preaches what he has listened. The only fact is your own experience. One should talk on the basis of his experience. It is always better to say, I do not know. When you are not sure for anything, when you are not sure for anything, you should say, I do not know. Foolish person do not get peace when they are after peace. Foolish person do not get peace when they are after peace. If you have firm belief in one, then you are always peaceful. If you have firm belief in oneness of divinity, then you are always peaceful. Desire is the only cause of unrest, and that is why when you desire peace, you do not get it. You do not get peace. Be desireless always and everywhere and for everything, then nothing can disturb you, and you see peace within always. If you ask for anything, you will never get it. Understand this properly, my friend. Even from God, you are not supposed to ask anything. Even from God, you are not supposed to ask anything. Who knows the knower? Who knows the knower? Who knows all? One who asks and accepts seems truth is not self-realized. You have to introspect deeply within to reach your goal. You have to introspect deeply within yourself to reach your goal. A man with peace sees only the soul, which is real and can never be destroyed. It is permanent. This world can be divided into two types of person. One says, I am seeing everything in the world, and the other says, I am seeing only soul in the whole world. I am a witness, my friend. If you have known being, if you have known being, maybe yourself. The unit of the world is human being. All are basically the same within. All are basically the same within. One who knows this fact has got what he wanted to get. Nothing is there to get now. Know yourself and forget this world which is unreal and be at peace within. Who control the heart by stubbornness? Who control the heart by stubbornness cannot do so. One who tries to control the mind by power can never do so. The man once tries to force the mind in one direction. It goes to another direction. Such persons are fools who use force for such a simple thing. Such a simple thing. Force is not required. A wise and learned person understands this fact, and he controls the mind without any force. He is peaceful and never tries to press. It is automatically controlled. You be peaceful and do not think of all. Be peaceful and do not think of all. Be unconscious. Do not fight with the mind. The mind will also not fight with you. When two persons fight, there is no end to fight. When two persons fight, there is no end to fight. One has to surrender and see how long the others fight. He will also be silent after some time when he sees that the other one is not responding. You just see the jumps of mind without getting disturbed. You just see the jumps of mind without getting disturbed, and you will observe that the mind is silent and exhausted after fighting for nothing. Problem is your acceptance and admissions. Problem is your acceptance and admissions. It is not possible to have a coin with only one side. It is not possible to have a coin with only one side. A coin will always have two sides in natural. Similarly, in this world, same will be thrust and same will be attesting. All can never be in favor of God. All can never be in favor of God and also not against God. And when two opinions are there, there will always be fight. There will always be fight. Each one claims they are right and other one is wrong. Mistake is ours that we do not want two type of person. Let there be believers in God Let there be believers in God, and also against this also. What difference it makes for you? You see them both without reaction and remain negative for both. Say both are right. What do you lose? Feel it. I am enjoying within and not concerned for others. You act as you want to act and let others act as they want. Why go after them? Why bother who is right and who is wrong? You don't come in between. You be right at least and live your life in perfect peace and rest. You do not allow their noise to enter within you. You do not allow their noise to enter within you. Man with pure wisdom experience the pure and non-dual soul, but being attached in this world, they fail to recognize it. They fail to recognize it. That is why they live all life without happiness. That is why they live all life without happiness. Because of their ego, that I am above all, they do not recognize the soul. If this I-ness is destroyed, then only he can understand what the soul is. Salvation means baseless. The worldly man attached with this world can never live without the base of this world. He thinks the world is everything and nothing more. A wise, liberated person has no base in the world. He considers the world as baseless, useless, and without any attraction, and that is why he is always liberated. When all bases in the world, when all bases in the world destroyed, then there is no sense to live under this. He is in the open eyes with God. He is in the open eyes with God. When you are naked and without any support from any side, then you are only inner soul. Then you are only inner soul. The Lord alone yourself. Lion of desire is within, not outside. A worldly man becomes greedy after seeing the pleasure of the objective world. To concentrate this mind, he goes to a cave. To concentrate this mind, he goes to cave. He enters the cave to get the ultimate happiness, which he fails to get into this world. This is only escapism. Escapism. You want to escape from this world without changing your inner self. Change of situation does not help. Change of situation does not help unless you change yourself or transform yourself. Develop and realize the inner instinct. Develop and realize the inner instinct and leave the outer things be in the world. This is the real philosophy of astavakra. He preaches this again and again to Janak. The passions and sensual desires are not outside. They are always in the mind within. They can never leave you, or you can never leave them, as they are not outer things. As they are not outer things. You have to train yourself mentally and get rid of these sensual desires. And get rid of these sensual desires. Just a passionate elephant, just a passionate elephant runs away quietly on seeing a lion. Just a passionate elephant runs away quietly on seeing an elephant. Similarly, passions disappear on seeing a lustless person. Passions disappears on seeing a lustless person. Lust is only an illusion, and a passionate person runs after it without knowing the result. It is just a race. You go on running after it. It never stops. Once you are determined to face it, the sense feeling disappears, knowing that there is no right place. So, my friend, you just awake mentally. Then the mind will surrender automatically. Then the mind will surrender automatically. You will win, and the mind will be defeated. And the mind will be defeated. Who is not doubtful of his being soul? Whoever is not doubtful of his being soul, we doubt that we are soul. We consider ourselves the body. Here, astavakra emphasizes that a determined wise person with no doubts will never go after movements of the mind. A determined wise person with no doubts that I am soul will never go after the movement of the mind. He knows that is right and what is to be done. He knows what is right and what is to be done, and he only does that. No one can influence him. He understands that mind always follows the path which is simple and gives temporary pleasure. He eats, listens, smells, and sees everything all around and lives happily without any reaction inside. We always doubt soul explainer. We always doubt soul explainer and quickly go after body existence, which is untrue. We always doubt soul explainer and quickly go after body existence, which is untrue. Body is always dead, and it is unlinked by soul to do any action through our sense organs do. Actually, body is nothing, it is only a box containing costly jewels which we do not try to understand. Body is seen by everyone easily, but the contents are hidden and can be seen only by awakened person. Body is unreal, but the soul within is real. But the soul within is real. Realize the soul for real guidance in life. Realize the soul for real guidance in life. Have your own experience to realize soul and do not follow others. Why do not understand? Who do not follow others who do not understand the importance of soul. Body is mental. It dies and they are buried and burnt. Body is mental. It dies and they are buried and burnt. It is of no use. It smells after the soul left. So long soul is within, the body is attractive and charming. When soul is out of it, it is much worse than the dust. When soul is out of it, it is much worse than the dust. Soul is one where the mind is multi-faced. Mind moves in all directions, which soul does not. A man may be depressed. A man may be depressed of sense organs, but still he feels the activeness within. A blind person can see, a dumb can speak, a deaf can hear, a noseless can smell if he is awakened inside. He knows what to accept and what to reject. He is much better than other persons having organs. One seems handicapped, but he is not. He is much more intelligent by intentions. He is much more intelligent by intentions. He grows internally when we know that God is omnipresent, omnipotent, omniscient. Then why do you think yourself away from Him? Then why do you think yourself away from Him? He is within you, within me, within everyone. Don't forget this fact. He was, He is, and He will be always everywhere. He is above time and space. The whole problem is that we do not understand the real and unreal. We consider unreal as real and real as unreal, and this is the main cause of all miseries in life. Astavakra says, see, listen, eat, drink, live in this world, but ensure that you are awakened. But ensure that you are awakened. Do not try to enjoy these actions. Do not try to run away. Do not try to renounce these activities, but be awakened to know what is real and what is unreal. Be in the world, but ensure that you are not touched by worldly actions. Be in the world, but ensure that you are not touched by worldly attractions. Be a lotus leaf in dirty water of a pond. Water cannot touch the lotus leaf. Lotus leaf is always untouched. You should know this and continue to go all around. Act, do all, and don't do anything. Act, do all, and don't do anything. Realize what is real and what is unreal. accept the real, and destroy the unreal. Truth is awakening. Truth is awakening. You just sit ideal 1 hour. You just sit ideal 1 hour. Only 1 hour for few months. Do not think anything. Do not give any cooperation to your heart and mind. Do not give any cooperation to your heart and mind. Keep the mind empty from thoughts. Just sit for 1 hour, closing your eyes and empty mind, doing nothing. You would find after few months that your mind and hearts are you will find after few months that your mind and hearts are little bit peaceful. After a year you will find that demands of hearts and mind vanished. Now heart and mind never demand anything. Until and unless you have not recognized the oneness of divinity within you, you will be in illusion. Soul is one, mind and hearts are so many. Soul is one, mind and hearts are so many. Knowing the soul, man becomes peaceful. You must have heard that God is everywhere, at all places, even in non-living things. There is no such things in the universe where God is not there. There is no such things in the universe where God is not there. God is there in scheduled caste also, but people are not understanding it. Scheduled caste is not different from divinity. God is equally divided in all. Lord Sri Krishna has described in Mad Bhagavad Gita that I am equally present in man, woman, chandal, elephant, and Brahman. Even though people are not catching hold of these actual things and fighting, considering themselves as upper caste and the other one as lower caste because of their own interest. Because of their own interest. It is all politics. There is a very good example in the life of Gautam Buddha. There is a very good example in the life of Gautam Buddha. One Bodh Bhikshu was going on pilgrim. He asked Buddha to give some directions for the traveling. To give some direction for the traveling because I will be far away from you for so many days. I will not be able to ask anything. I will not be able to ask anything. Buddha said, if you meet some lady on the way, don't see at her. If you meet some lady on the way, don't see at her. Keep your eyes below and keep traveling. He said, okay. But other disciple Anand was sitting over there. There is a very kindness of Anand on mankind that he has asked so many wonderful questions, timely and untimely, unwanted questions to Buddha. He said, wait a minute, sir. Wait a minute, please. Sometimes we may have to see at that lady. Buddha said, if you have to see that lady, you can see there is no problem, but don't touch. But don't touch. Anand said, it may happen sometimes that you have to touch her. If a lady is lying on the roadside wounded and there is no other one except us in that position to help her or not to help her. In that position, help her to not to help her. You say, please, kindness, you please say, tell me, what happened to kindness? Buddha said, in that situation, you can help her, but keep awakened. In that situation, you can help her, but you keep yourself awakened. Buddha said, main thing is awakening. This disciple is little bit weak. That is why I said not to see. If he would have been little bit more powerful, I would not have told him not to see. If he would have been more powerful, I would have told him not to touch. I would not have told him not to touch. And if at all he was supposed to be wise, I would not have told him anything except except awakening. Once upon a time, it was happened that one disciple of Buddha was passing by, and one prostitute has requested her, and one prostitute has requested him to stay with her this rainy season. That disciple said, "Let me ask my guru." That disciple said, "Let me ask my guru. He has